Little black book, you know what time it is. 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 Yo, and welcome to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. I'm back. You understand? Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you lean? We're here to help you what? Set the bar. That is to build, acquire, and repair your relationships, or in other words, biblical advice for relationships. You get me? Bar settings. Bullet. So those of you who don't really know, yes, I had a breakup this year. You know, sometimes when you think about it, you know, you wonder to yourself, God, I mean, you say you love me, and then you know, you let me go through this hard patch, but you know, God is God. You understand? So I want to read a scripture. Genesis 49 verse 19 says, Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at last. I want to let you know, listen, you may be in a time of singleness, you may have broken up with somebody, but as Gad was overcome, there was a time coming where he would at last overcome. So I'm letting you know that these videos of singleness are for a time period. You will overcome that period of singleness and move into a time of relationship, companionship, love, marriage, if that's what you're asking for. If you're looking for marriage, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, cuz I'm looking for the marriage thing, cuz man can't do the singleness. I'm not Paul, cuz, you understand? You know, mate, listen, let me tell you something, yeah. If God wants to talk to me about the singleness thing, yeah, that package, I'm not buying it. You know what I mean? I can't be a eunuch. It doesn't work in my circumference. It doesn't work in my circumference. Wow, English, it dislayed me. I want to talk to you guys about, obviously, my kind of singleness experience and the breakup that I had and how it affected me. Alright, cool. So, as you can see by the title, it says the first 2 months. Listen, guys, let me tell you something. When you break up with somebody, hey, it's not easy, man. Let me tell you something. When you break up with somebody and you say you love them, it's not easy. You understand? So I went through a lot of battles, and so I kind of listed what was happening. First point was this: I was dying. I'm not gonna lie to you, cuz when I broke up with the bee, fam, it was all long, you know. I actually thought I was dying, like, because I gave my heart and gave all of me to the individual. You understand? And this is not saying the person's bad. They're a good person. It's just that the breakup really affected me. I didn't realize how much it would affect me. Like, guys especially, we don't realize how much pain we're in. And because, yeah, one of the most painful things about a breakup, yeah, if you guys haven't watched my how to deal with breakups on the Deep It MANDEM channel and the one that I've done, listen, go back and watch those. But I mean, when you get into a situation where you break up with somebody, yeah, and you're a Christian, the difficult part is here. This is the most difficult part. You can't move mad. As a male, we're used to having that privilege, and it's a privilege, it's a male patriarchy, I'll be honest with you, of being able to move mad. And if you don't know what move mad is, yeah, it means basically, you know, to go out there and do the business. You know what I mean? If you don't understand do the business, then it's to go out there and just lay about. You know, if you don't understand lay about, then it's about, you know, you go out there and you swim in the ocean. You know what I mean? If you don't understand swim in the ocean, then you know there's plenty of fish that you can catch. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You couldn't catch my eyebrows rising up and down. That's to let you know what I mean. So, for me, that was one of the hardest things. I spoke to my boys about it. I was like, look, it's super hard because we're used to getting under another thing to get over a thing. And I'm using the word thing loosely. Please don't come for me. And so one of the difficult things that I was dying because I was like, fam, I had to now literally turn to God as my confidant. You know what I mean? And I think that's the next point, which is the first 2 months here, let me not lie to you, cuz I was cussing, moaning, crying, weeping. Fam, I was doing all sorts with God. Not with anybody else. I like literally spoke to a few people about the situation, and I spoke about it briefly. I didn't even give them all the information. And the reason why is because I believe that in that situation, I didn't want too many voices. I mean, if you look at Job in the Bible, when he's got a situation where he's going through what he's going through, the friends don't give him good advice. And what I clocked from that is that often human beings don't give good advice. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to godly relationships. You know what I'm saying? And the only person I fully trust when it comes to relationships is God. You understand? Because nobody's perfect and no one's got perfect relationship skills. So the only person I trusted at that point in time was God. I was like, God, let me tell you something. There were times, yeah, listen, Don. It was mad. There were times, yeah, I promise you now, there were times, yeah, I'll just be here, just wiping my eyes dry, just telling God, you know, God, this situation, it's not right that a Christian should go through this. It's not right that me, somebody who talks about relationships and what to do and what not to do, that I'm in this situation. God, it's not right that your son can suffer like this. It's not right. I mean, I believe in your son that this situation happening. I declare and decree right now. You know, and I was, hey fam, there was days, yeah, let me tell you, let me be real spit. There was days, yeah, where hunger, look at me, fam, look at me. I'm not a small boy, you understand? But, fam, there was days where I didn't want to eat, cuz, yeah? I involuntarily went into fasting, okay? I involuntarily went into fasting. I don't know if you understand, yeah? When plantain doesn't taste the same anymore, that lets you know, fam, you're deep in the pain. You understand? Like, I wasn't eating, cuz. You understand? I was not eating. Like, on the realest thing, I didn't want to eat, cuz. I mean, there was days where I want to come home from work here and I want to enter comatose. You understand? If you don't understand comatose, that means entering a deep slumber. It's comatose, comatosis. Yeah, I added the S on there for you so they can get it right. I entered comatose. I went straight to bed. I didn't want to see nobody. I didn't talk to nobody. I didn't want nobody asking me questions. You know what I'm saying? At work here, I'll be smiling some days and I'm in pain. Literally, I'm smiling in your face here. I'm looking at you, you know. Yeah, you know, life, you know, it's just cool, man. And meanwhile, inside, I'm like, and like, it gets emotional to the point where you're like, you know, I mean, cut the video. Sometimes it gets to that point and you're like, you're breaking inside, but you don't want to let no one know you're breaking inside. I don't know if that was male pride. I don't know if that's because we are used to being, you know, dealing with problems ourselves. I wasn't sure. But all those things were hitting me in the first few months, you know what I'm saying? And I remember, hey, listen, it's so mad, I have to be honest, listen. Obviously, we work in the same town, me and X-Bay, innit? Work in the same town, innit? And I remember I was doing some work, innit? And I remember this clearly. I went to the window, innit? And the window kind of overlooks the town square, innit? So I looked outside the window and I thought I saw her, innit? I'm telling you, heart palpitations. Let me tell you something. Heart palpitations. I kind of froze there, like when you break up with somebody, it's like you explode when you see them next, like, because you're like, you don't know what to expect. You understand? And you feel unwanted. You feel unloved. You feel like, yo, fam, like, I've wasted my time. I feel like, fam, I'm going mad. I'm really going mad. I need to enter a comatosis. You know what I mean? Like, you feel like life is conspired against you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, I used to have heart palpitation and butterflies. Hey! The first 2 weeks, cuz, like, if anybody even mentioned her name, cuz, inside my stomach, it's going fam, like, my belly was doing beats. You understand? Fam, if I must have seen her at a worship night, yeah, and I turn around, I see her and I said, fuck, no, I can't do it. I said, God, I can't do this. This one I cannot do. Cancel it. Cancel all of your plans. Whatever you're planning, cancel it. I don't want to be part of it. Just let me enter comatosis forever. I was like emotionally strong, cuz, you understand? Like, point 3, which is even that. Dealing with the emotions was difficult. I remember, like, the first week, like, we were trying to sort out a couple of things. And I blew up. I remember just blowing up, fam. I just blew up in an argument with her, and it's just like, yo, like, and she said, I remember she said, like, you know, I don't want you to shout at me again. And I just felt kind of bad. I was like, yo, I didn't mean to shout, like, but I was emotional and you were saying certain things and it triggered me. And I think that's point 4. It leads to, like, your perception of what the person says or does changes. You get me? Fam, let me tell you something, yeah? I can go 4 days, 5 days, Klein. I can go a week, mate, without texting somebody. I don't give a damn. I like my space. Fam, she wasn't answering the message after 2 hours. I was agitated, cuz. I was like, what? You're gonna ignore me, cuz? This is not, this is me, cuz. It's not, no, Tony, no. God, no. No. Holy Spirit, no. It's not me. It's not me you're going to do that to. Holy Spirit, no. Tell her about me, cuz. Michael, Gabrielle, tell her about what I'm about, cuz. I don't do them things. Point 5 probably is that the fact that my mind was racing, thinking to myself, yeah, raw. All this hard work I've put into this girl, and somebody's gonna chop? God, no, this cannot be it. I can't. I refuse. I refuse to let the enemy come and sow patches and where I've laid my ground. I have put work into that person. I put my soul and energy into that person, and you are gonna let somebody else experience what I've worked hard for. God, I don't give a monkeys. Nobody's gonna, you know what I mean? Like you feel pain, like you deep it, you've put work into this thing, yeah. And now someone's probably gonna come along and take it. Like my mind was racing with all these kind of thoughts. I'm letting you know. And you know what the funny thing is? I joke to myself, like, because when you're younger, innit, yeah, and you go into a breakup and situation, yeah, we used to have this joke where you like, imagine like I broke my leg and then the person will come to the hospital and feel sympathy and then fall in love with me again and da-da-da-da-da. You have the mad thoughts in it. And obviously, as now I'm more mature and I'm thinking, the thought came to my head, I said, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Don't be an imbecile. Don't be ridiculous. You go and break your leg to go and let this girl come to the hospital and she'll probably still say she's still not feeling you. Don't be stupid. You don't have to be stupid. You don't have to be stupid all your life. You know what I'm saying? You are a grown boy. Grow some understanding. You know what I mean? Like, trying to deep it like, cuz it's not the one. If you're thinking that, hey, eradicate that thought right now. I know it's not easy. The first few weeks or the first few months are not easy, yeah? I understand, cuz, but eradicate that thought. I know some of you think about it, getting in front of a car, getting hit, and then going to hospital. My friend, you might hit that car, and the car might take you to heaven. You might enter heaven earlier than you really are planned. And don't let a relationship nuke you, which is my next point. Listen, the breakup was nuking me, cuz. Like, my whole mind was fully endowed by that thought. Like, my whole mind was consumed by that thought. In fact, I started writing a diary in it. Let me read you the diary because this is like day 2. So I said, to be honest, it's something that has my mind, that hits my mind regularly. I often push it to the back of my mind, but it's something that creeps up on me. The way it feels is like you lost something and then you remember you lost it and it hurts all over again. I guess my little pain is an indication of potentially how people feel about losing people. That feeling of loss never goes away. You can engage in all things, but after the pain still burdens you. If this is how people feel about losing people, then I do not want to ever feel that. That must have been the cry that Jesus wept when Lazarus was dead. Even though Jesus knew the Father and that Lazarus will be with him in eternal life, he still wept. Just because we have the hope of life, it doesn't exhaust the pain of death. Especially when death is unexpected and people are not prepared, almost as if taken before their time. This is talking, when I say death, I'm talking about physical death, and I'm talking about also death of something, you know what I mean, like a relationship or something that you were engaged in at the time. The hardest thing as I write is the fact that until I lose someone I love, I can't sympathize or empathize with people who have also lost somebody. It's mad. I put here, listen, it's strange because obviously when you see someone posting up something on social media, you automatically kind of think, okay, they're right. And because you think they're okay, you start feeling pissed. And you start feeling hurt. And I said here, although sometimes I feel like I haven't got no burden from this, there's a burning sensation in the pit of my stomach when I think about the situation. I used to manipulate situations, but right now God is telling me, listen, to love is not to manipulate, and it's not to try and get your own way. And it says, it was all a facade of pain, and I want to master pain because it's not every time you must behave in a sanguine manner, because I'm a sanguine, innit? And jump ahead first into I don't care mode. It is a mode you can't come back from, so I thought myself as to which response I would give. It's not everyday sanguine, you get me? I was writing, I was just explaining my thoughts and feelings, and pain, like, pain is real, like, it will get to you, and you have to acknowledge your pain. I think it's one of the things I didn't at the beginning. I was acknowledging my pain by going to God. Like, I spent time with God, and that's going to be another video. I'll put that's another video after this. But I spent time with God, just talking and just kind of relaying my heart to Him, because that's what's mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was too deep. Do you know what? One of the things I realized as well in the first month was that I was moving the hella petty cuts. hella childish. Like, in terms of my mindset, because I may not have said certain things I wanted to say or done certain things I wanted to do, but the mindset was childish. And that's when I realized this is not the mindset to take into a marriage. No matter how hurt you are, you can't act childish. In the sense of, when I say childish, I mean in trying to get your own way. That's childish. A mature adult, someone who understands love, doesn't try to act in a way of trying to always get their way. And I realized that even in my mindset, I was trying to tell God, listen, okay, I want to plot this, God. This is how I'm gonna. Because in the world, yeah, when you're with a girl, yeah, you break up, you have your ways of getting them back. MANDEM, you know in it. MANDEM, you know. Girl, them, you know as well how the MANDEM try to get you back. We have our ways in it. But here, in the first month, I was thinking about it, and then all I can hear God saying, listen, don't try to move the blocks that I've placed there. Don't try to move it. Don't try to move it, Kojo. Don't try to move it. Don't move it, Kojo. Don't touch it. I'm doing my thing here. Let me do what I do best. You know, and I was trying to, in my mind, trying to think of creative ways. How do I make this girl feel a certain way? And like, after a while, you just kind of give up, because you're like, that's what I'm saying about how great God is. Because I got to a place in that first 2 months where I was like, yeah, I should do this. And I said, okay, so there's certain things I need to change about me. I know that. But then God was like, listen, settle down, cuz. Settle down. Let me handle this situation. You pass into my hand, and I've got ya. You understand? But if you try to move, mad, yeah, it's gonna be long. It's gonna be all long, because I'm telling you what to do, and you're trying to overrule me. I'm not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? I know you're a man, but I'm G.O.D. And when I'm G.O.D., I do what I need to do. You understand? I don't know why the Birmingham accent's coming out. I'm not sure why, but I'm feeling it. You understand? Don't get it twisted. This is the extent of my accents. Birmingham, you know, Africa, and then Gaza. You know what I mean? Don't ask me to do any more. You know, the most painful thing is the in between. I know already God's gonna sort it out, regardless of whether I think it's gonna work out the way I think it should work, the way I think it should work out. But I know that God's gonna have me. You understand? But it's the in between. I know that the in between is painful. Like when I did Abraham's situation, 13 years no kid, cuz, but God said He's gonna produce a kid. But 13 years no kid, God. Like, when are you gonna do it, bro? Like, look, blood, when you gonna do this thing, cuz? Like, God, when you really gonna do this thing, Big G? Like, for real, we've been waiting for 13 years. Now my missus is telling me I should sleep with Hagar, and you know what? I'm finna gonna sleep with Hagar, because real spit, you already said that obviously you're gonna produce a kid, and it's been 13 years. What do you want to do? Like, it's mad. Like, what do you want to do, fam? On a realist thing, what do you want me to do? You know what I mean? So I understand. Like, I began to understand Bible characters and why they didn't do certain things, fam. When you're in pain and you're going through what you're going through, fam, it's difficult. Yeah, fam. I'm so used to my phone blowing up, yeah, with the person on my phone, innit? Hey, there was a time where I looked at the phone and it vibrated with somebody else's message. I just threw the phone. I said, fuck off. I'm thinking about it now. Fam, I just dashed the phone. I said, who's messaging me? It's not her. Dash the phone, cuz. I don't want to hear anything, cuz. Like, that's how it was. Like, because, you know, I wanted to really hear from this person. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and it got that there. I want to enter comatosis. Oh my God. Fam, let me tell you something. It's deep, you know. I'm telling you, it's deep. I dashed the phone like I dashed it. Like, I didn't care. I didn't care. Like, I didn't care. I don't even have an insurance on it. I don't care. Like, I really didn't care about the thing. I just dashed the phone. You know what? And also, in the first month, I didn't really want to see her. This is another thing. So when I did see her, I was stretched. I was stretched. And I don't mean stressed. Stretched, because my whole being seemed to stretch. Like, I was political. Very political. Like, I didn't want to see her. And I just wanted to avoid her. Because I didn't want to have to discuss the situation or anything like that. I didn't want any more damage to be done. And it's like, the more I see you, the more I get drawn back in again. And that's not the point. As soon as you see or message them, you seem to get drawn back in again. And it's like, I feel like I can't be free. You know what I mean? I want to be free and I want to be okay. But if I talk to you, or if I message you, or if I see you, I'm going to be drawn back in again. I'm going to think about how I'm going to miss you again. You know what I'm saying? And then you can't do what you need to do. It's mad. Oi, listen, it's mad. Fast and prayer is real. Like, I entered fast and prayer for real. Like, the first 2 months, it was towards the end of the month, I started entering fast and prayer, because I was like, God, if you don't speak, we ain't gonna speak. You better do something about this, cuz. Holy Spirit, don't play with me, cuz. Yeah? I'm trying to hold God to ransom as if God's spirit's not in me. Like he wouldn't drag me by my edges. I don't even have edges, but he would drag me by some edges. You understand? Like it's mad. Like, but I was saying that to God. Look, in my next video, I kind of say it, but me and God's discussions, yeah, were real. I didn't try to pretend. I didn't try to make it holier than art thou. God, this sucks. That's what I tell him. I don't like it. Boom thing. Deal with it. You understand? So you know, that's all my kind of points. The first 2 months were mad. Like I really was going through the wars. What kind of God are you? You are doing me dirty. You know what I mean? Like real spit. Like there was so many different things like that. But you know, it came part and parcel with like dealing with the breakup in the first 2 weeks. So the singleness was different at that stage. Like I had less of a vision in terms of what God wants me to do and what I want to do. And you know, yeah, I had people telling me, my friends were cool, and then telling me, look, stay strong and da da da. And yeah, you hear that, but I don't want to hear that. It's not well. Yeah, don't tell me it's well, because it's not well. It's not well. It's not bloody well. No, I'm sorry, it's not well. It's not well. It's not well. How can you tell me it's well? It's not well, fam. What I want is what's left me, and you're telling me it's well. It's not well. It's not well. I don't want to hear it's well. Yeah. And on that note, let's end the video there. It's not well. You understand? You know it's not well. You understand? Heaven forever. You know it's not well. Yeah. Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you lean? You know it's not well. Let me just end it. It's not well. We know it's not well. Listen, it's not well. Yeah. Deep it. It's not well. Understand? Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Singleness. Yeah. It's not well. Cool. Bye. Yeah. See ya. Appreciate ya. Watch out for the next video. Yeah. Hey, like, share, subscribe. Appreciate you.